Day one.
Madge
on the move.
So we had an early start. We left home being Essex in the UK, Colchester.
8 o'clock.
At 8, and then we drove straight down to the Eurotunnel at Folkestone. Yeah, I don't know. It was interesting, wasn't it? I burst into tears this morning. I think it's just been such a build-up, hasn't it? So such a build-up to going away, and we said goodbye to family. We obviously are coming back, but yeah, it felt like a goodbye, didn't it? So
well, it's the longest time both of us have ever been sort of away from home, really. Sort of like 9 months on the road. So yeah, big step. But
so I was a bit tearful this morning. But I felt like that was always going to happen. It was always probably going to happen when we left on day one. So at least got that out of the way.
Yeah.
Luna's tired.
We got down to Folkestone, the Eurotunnel. We couldn't believe how quick and easy it was.
So easy.
Got there, didn't we? It was all signposted for us.
Me, I was like stressing about Luna, stressing about us, what we needed, what if things were going to be checked, what was going to be checked. I don't know, just like, I don't know if you've not been across the tunnel before. I think it's just that unknown, isn't it? Of what are they going to ask? Are you going to get questioned? I don't know. But it was fine, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Literally just like straight into the
pet passport, wasn't it?
Straight into the pet reception. You just scan their microchips, and they give you like a little pet hanger thingy.
Checked obviously the Luna's health certificate, stamped that for us, and yeah, it was as simple as that. They got us on an early 2.5 hour early train as well. We got there. We got down there
a lot earlier than we intended, but I think we were obviously worried about the traffic and thought we'd rather be earlier than late. And then they said, "Oh, we can get you on an earlier," and I was like, "Oh, is that possible?" She was like, "Yeah." Like it was like nothing. I was like, "Okay, cool." So I thought, "Oh, well, there's no point us sitting around in the like duty free area for no reason." So we got on, literally went straight
through. 20 minutes,
straight through.
Yeah.
And then obviously it takes like 35 minutes to get from the UK to France, which is just madness. Yeah. But yeah, and then we booked a campsite for the first night. Just like Calais.
Yeah. On the outskirts.
Just outskirts of Calais.
But yeah, just going back to that Euro shuttle quickly. When we left, we literally went straight onto the main road. So no passport checks this side. It was all done in the UK, and literally got out of the shuttle and straight on the
straight away off you go. So we booked a campsite for the first night, just because we didn't want to have the stress of like trying to find somewhere to stay on night one. So that's where we are now.
Probably the poshest campsite we've been on, and probably
it's really nice.
It's like 5-star.
Got swimming pool and everything. Yeah. Not that we're going to use it, but it's all probably downhill from here.
Yeah.
We'll be slamming it for the rest of the 9 months.
Proper Jibbo style.
Luna doesn't seem to care whatsoever. She's exhausted from the whole day being a passenger princess. So. We just got takeaway pizza, some chips, and played some cards, and now we're doing this. So, yeah, I had a little nap earlier as well. I felt like the nap was needed. So then off tomorrow on day 2.
Head down towards where we need to go. Really.
Yeah, we're heading towards like outskirts of Paris to get Luna's passport sorted out. So once we've got that, that'll be a big weight off our shoulders as well. So that'll be interesting to see how easy that is and what the process is for that. So
stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Luna, have you got anything to say? Bye. One thing we've noticed over here, Jack's furious about it, is that nobody seems to wave at you. normally in the UK, if you have a motorhome, then people with motorhomes wave at each other, the same as caravans wave at other caravans.
Game respects game, basically. And over here, the French
they don't seem to do it over here at all. It's just really, really bizarre. We thought it would be like more so over here than what it is back at home. But
literally, you can't go a minute without seeing a motorhome.
yeah, there's hundreds of motorhomes, but nobody waves back at you. It's so rude. Or is it just like not a thing? Maybe it's just not a thing over here.
Or they're just all miserable.
They should be less miserable because they're not in the UK. Anyway.
Take 2. We've got this cool little gadget here. Microphone.
We had some problems with the other microphone that we were using for our other video, so we're just going to see if this is any better.
Yeah.
It's got hair in your lip.
So after our morning routine, we decided we were going to go to Dunkirk.
It was kind of en route to where we wanted to head towards anyway, so we thought Luna loves the beach, so we gave her a little run on the beach. It's been years since I've been down there, so I couldn't really remember what it was like, but it's so built up. There was so many restaurants, all like out on the waterfront, on the beachfront.
I think Katie actually mentioned that it was like the Ibiza Strip. So.
Yeah, I was like, it's absolutely popping off here. I was like, it's like the Ibiza Strip down here. Dunkirk is where it's happening. Yeah.
Obviously, a lot of history there as well, so
yeah,
it was good. And obviously,
it was interesting.
The 80th anniversary of.
So it was busy because of that, but yeah, Luna still got to run on the beach, so she was happy. And it was quite warm, wasn't it? It was like nice and sunny.
It was,
so that was good. We even got an ice cream. Yeah. So then after that, we went back to the motorhome, which was parked up just near a campsite, a bit further out the way, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
And then we had some lunch before we actually had a little nap.
We took a 25-minute nap, and when I tell you,
one of the best naps ever.
Probably one of the best naps I've ever had.
Yeah, it was grand.
Unbelievable.
And then we made some lunch. I had some avocado and tomatoes on toast, and what did you have?
I just had, I think, plain toast and butter, wasn't it? I think. Pretty bland lunch, to be honest.
So then we set off towards our next campsite. When I say campsite, it was a park for night air.
In basically someone's garden, wasn't it?
Yeah, I rang ahead, but the reviews were all really good, and it was like an enclosed area, so it had like an electric gate with a PIN code that you put in, and he spoke really good English and was very accommodating, and there was other motorhomes and vans in there, so that was really good. So it was all very secure and safe, and there was like grass for Luna to do her tiddles.
That's it. Electric
plug-in.
We had a bit of problem with the electric to start with, didn't we? It was kept cutting out.
We needed to put the adapter on the end of the plug.
Yeah.
And we pushed it in too far or something, and you had to like jiggle it around for it to connect. So I was in the van going like with my phone on charge whilst Jack was outside fiddling around with the electric plug-in, and I was like, no.
It's on.
Yeah,
no,
it's still
off.
on. It's still up. No, it's off again. So that was quite amusing.
But we got there in the end.
We got there eventually.
Had electric.
Clear communication. Yes, no's.
That's it. Really nice evening when it went for a nice walk.
We made spag bowl.
Yeah, spag bowl.
We made spag bowl.
We went for an evening walk.
Had a little walk. There was a little park nearby with a lake. So
met Bob the Shetland pony.
Oh yeah, we found there was a little Shetland pony in the
which Katie wanted to adopt already.
Oh no, he looked really sad. He was on his own. Just wanted to take him with me. Anyway, need to stop adopting animals everywhere I go.
Day 3.
Yeah, so then day 3 we set off on the motorway, stopped off at a service station
that's it,
for necessities.
Probably one of the worst toilets I've ever seen. in the
It
service
really
station.
wasn't that
It
bad.
was awful.
I've been in some really bad French toilets before. This toilet, it just didn't have a toilet seat. There was a toilet in a service station.
I don't like
fine.
I don't like pooing in public. I'm happy to say it. And this toilet didn't even have a seat on it.
It just literally was missing the toilet seat, but everything else about it was fine.
I actually had to do a squat, and I felt after coming out of it that I'd done a full leg day in the gym because I was just holding the squat position for like 10 minutes. It's horrible.
Anyway, moving on swiftly. That had to be done. Cool, mission accomplished. And then we headed towards a national park, Great War Memorial place. And there was lots of things there for that. And then we walked Luna in the woods.
Went through a town where the road was
it was like cobbled street.
Honestly, it
we were
was
like this and
horrible.
I was like, oh my god.
I just kept praying to Madge that the tyres would last and be okay.
It was noisy, wasn't it?
It was rattly.
Madge was shaking.
She was shaking.
And then
you found this air.
So we're basically in a car park, a glorified car park.
Yeah.
But it's right next to a big greenery area.
Lake.
There's like a big lake there. There's this heron that just seems to live here. He was here yesterday and he's there this morning. Pardon me. It's actually really nice. And there's only one other motorhome here, but it was just us all night. They've only just turned up this morning.
Yeah. Free electric.
Yeah, free electric. The only thing is the water doesn't work.
Yeah.
So we were kind of hoping to fill up with water, but that doesn't work. But then we were like, oh, we're here now. So we were like, we'll just take the free electric. We had some water left, so we've just kind of made do with that. And then it started raining in the night, and then it's just been hammering it down
all day
ever since, really, all morning. What's the time now?
The time is like 11:10. So
yeah,
it is meant to clear up this afternoon.
But all is well so far. The other thing that we did yesterday on day 3 was we went to a vet's on the outskirts of Paris to get Luna a European pet passport. So you can't get these in the UK anymore since we left Brexit. So you can get into the EU, into France on a animal health certificate, which is valid for 4 months, re-entry into the UK. But if you want to travel further, or if you're a frequent traveller in the EU, it's a lot cheaper to get a passport for them because you don't have to keep paying for a animal health certificate. So just for reference, we paid £188 for a animal health certificate for Luna.
To get her into the country.
Yeah, to get her into France, and obviously that is re-entry as well within the 4 months period. And then we went to the vets. They were really helpful. I think a lot of vets require a French address, but this one doesn't. We were recommended by somebody that I reached out to on Instagram, who also travelled in a motorhome with their dog. So that was really reassuring and helpful to us. So we went there, and Luna officially
has a European passport.
Has a European pet passport now. So can you hold that?
Yeah.
Basically, this is just like valid for life, and they can stamp away in here. There is a section in here where you can put a picture as well,
which Katie will 100%
I really want to do
be
because
doing.
I just think it's so cute that she has her own little passport. But yeah, the vet was really helpful. They even gave her a little health check. Are we keeping you up, Luna? We keeping you up? That was a success. And that cost €60.
Yeah.
So
very cheap.
And they didn't even charge us for the appointment. Whereas at home you get charged for the appointment and for whatever services you require or medication you buy. They charge you for the appointment. We literally paid €60 for the passport. I'm assuming that was just for the passport and not for the appointment as well, but even still, that's cheap. So that's all done.
Yeah.
Yay! You get your passport.
That's day 3, and we're now on to day 4. Yeah. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
We're always going to finish with stay tuned, and I'm always going to day 4. I'm always going to be like that. Day 4. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's the thing.
Okay. Cool.
Stay tuned. Imagine a move.
So we've just been to the supermarket. It's pissing it down still. It's horrible.
Broccoli.
Yeah. Looks a bit yellow.
Bit yellow, and also it's the only green veg they have in France. Seems to be wrong.
Yeah, I've been trying to find green beans. There's just not a green bean in sight anywhere.
Cabbage and broccoli.
A green bean's not a thing in Europe. I thought veg was like meant to be like, I don't know, better here.
Most important thing though is we've got
a French stick. I've got some olive oil and balsamic, so that'll keep us going. And obviously Lay's.
The greatest crisps.
Bit of ham, jambon. And
some parmesan.
some cheese. So yeah, we're gonna rustle something up for lunch now because it's freezing. Service station
Experience
necessities.
Yeah. So yeah.
Jack's absolutely flabbergasted that they don't have toilet seats here.
Nah, it's awful.
Yeah, it's just obviously
basically
the rim
like 5
of the toilet.
layers of toilet
It's
paper
really
along
squinty,
the rim.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's squinty. I'm sorry. 5 layers of toilet paper along the rim. And then yeah, about 5 squirts of
Job done
soap.
though. Success.
Yeah, success. It's good. Day 5. Hands on the moon.
So last night we parked up in a camping car air. It was very nice. It was very remote.
Yeah.
Had full facilities.
First shower in 2 days.
Yeah, showers. That was nice. Had a bit of a freshen up. Had water, electric, everything for €8, which is banging. And we.
A few other motorhomes there when they're about 5 or 6.
Yeah, we met another English couple. Probably in their late 50s, I'd say. Who gave us lots of motivation and inspiration. They had been travelling around pretty much their whole lives in their motorhome. They lived in it solely for 15 years.
Proper gym
But they were a really nice couple, and actually, I don't know when people say, "Oh, we've lived in our van for 15 years," the kind of people that come into your head when you think that it wouldn't have been them.
No.
They looked very put together, like normal, really friendly.
And a motorbike on the back.
Yeah, they had a motorbike on the back. Just like really cool people. And they were basically saying to us, "Oh, we're just driving past a memorial." Aww. It's huge. Just thought I'd show you that. They were saying to us that it will be the best thing we ever do, and yeah, they were just saying a lot of things that we've kind of felt like when people say, "Oh, you're gonna have like the best holiday," and this is a holiday, and like they were saying, "Oh, this isn't a holiday, it's a way of life." Like you still have to do your washing, you still have to live day to day. You know, it's not quite the same as just being on holiday. You know, you're on a budget as well, so that you can eat out all the time. You have to go shopping. You know, so yeah, they just kind of reassured us, which was very nice. And we set off this morning, and we are heading to Reims. I don't know if that's actually how you pronounce it, but I think it is. So we're going to find a car park and just wander into the city for a bit. Yeah, see what's going on there. And then we're going to head to what I'd call like a proper campsite tonight. And we're staying there for 2 nights, so we can kind of pitch up for 2 nights, which will be nice. Full facilities and whatnot, so we can regroup there. So yeah, we'll check in with you later when we're at the campsite. Bye.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. That's the only word that Jack can say.
Comment d'abord.
What is that?
Je suis une baguette. This is the only French I can say.
Oh my god, we're doing so well at our French. Thank God most people speak some sort of English.
Yeah.
All I know is parles-tu anglais?
Parles-tu anglais?
Parles-tu anglais?
Yeah,
of which most people respond no. And then I'm like, oh, now what? So we are now at a campsite in Chalons and Champagne. So we spent the day at Reims. We parked in a camping car park. So we're about like 10-minute walk outside of the centre, which was perfect because there was other motorhomes there.
Yeah, all free parking as well.
All free parking. It's amazing that they just don't pay for parking here. So good. Why does everyone charge for parking in the UK? It's just like the most annoying thing to have to pay for. Anyway, so we walked into the city centre, saw the big cathedral there. That was nice. We managed to avoid the rain for the whole day.
Yeah. Stopped, had some lunch and a nice
stopped and had some lunch. And then we found a champagne cellar tour online that somebody had written. It was like one of the only champagne cellar tours that allows dogs. So we didn't book it in advance or anything. We weren't going to do it. And then we just walked to the champagne house because I thought, well, I'll at least just have a look on the outside and just like have a mooch around and see what was going on around there.
And then whilst I was taking photos of Katie posing outside of the champagne tour, this woman come outside and said, "Do you fancy a tour?" Yeah,
she was like, Can I help you? Would you like to do a tour?" And I was like, yes. So we ended up doing that, and it was really good actually. The tour guide was really, really good. He was very, kept everyone very engaged, because I feel like tour guides are a bit hit and miss with these kind of things. Like, sometimes they're a bit boring and, yeah, just not a vibe. But this guy was really, really good. And, yeah, they took you right down into the cellars, explained about all the various different types of champagne, how it's made, what the process is behind it. And Luna could come with us, so she was very good. She was very, very well behaved, and everyone else was saying how cute she was and how well behaved she was, so I felt like a very proud parent.
And we got 2 glasses of champs each.
A little taster of champagne at the end as well.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Which was nice. So it was nice to do a champagne tour in Champagne.
There you go.
And try some champagne in Champagne.
Tick off the list there.
Yeah. So yeah, and we're still in the Champagne region. Like I said, we're in Chalons and Champagne now.
For 2 nights.
So we're gonna walk into the centre of Chalons tomorrow, and see what's going on there. But yeah, other than that, it's been just like a busy day of walking around and doing the tour and having lunch. Hard work.
Yeah. Hard day. Hard Thursday.
Luna is exhausted from her champagne tour. So she's fast asleep in her crate. So yeah, successful day all round. We're very tired. So I think we'll be going to bed soon.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned for day
6.
We've almost been here a week. So yeah. See you in the morning.
Day 6.
Day
That's
6.
Madge on the move.
We're still here, alive and kicking.
Yeah.
So day 6 was
Chalons
and Champagne. I don't think you pronounce it like that.
My French is still a little bit off.
Yeah. you're still at the
Still
bonjour.
learning. Yeah, still at the Duolingo first day.
You haven't even turned Duolingo on. So we walked into the town centre of Chalons and Champagne. It was about a 45-minute walk, which is fine. We knew it was a bit of a trek. Yeah, it was like nice sunny day. To be honest, it was a bit like naff. There wasn't really a lot.
The actual
town.
Yeah, the town weren't all that really.
There wasn't really much going on.
No.
We found that like a lot of places are like ghost towns. Is that normal? Like during the day? I don't know. It's just places seem very dead.
Not a lot going on really.
Yeah. Considering it's like a big main town, thought that was a bit strange. But we had a little wander around. I accidentally fell into a shop and may or may not have bought some form of clothing. It was only like, staple stuff, nothing extravagant. But yeah, and then to be honest, we just walked back, didn't we, after that?
Yeah. Like I said, it was quite a long walk, wasn't it? So
yeah,
we were there probably about 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Come back.
Walked back, went to this little supermarket opposite the campsite, stocked up on a couple of things, and then we came.
Such a nice day. We got the chairs.
Yeah,
out.
we just thought, we'll go back and just chill out for a bit. So we got the chairs out and we had a barbecue, didn't we? Yeah. So we did burgers. Yeah, and just chilled out really, and then ended up playing Uno.
Yeah, couple of glasses of wine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Couple of games of cards. So yeah, it was good vibes.
Yeah, very chill day.
Nice that the weather showed up for once, because it's been like pretty crappy weather here. So yeah, that was that.
Yeah.
And then we went to bed relatively early, didn't we? We video called your mum and dad and my parents as well, so that was nice. Got to like check in at home, and then went to bed.
Yeah.
Snoozes all round. Luna is just constantly tired, bless her. Where is she anyway?
She's in the
she's sound asleep, obviously. And then today, day 7.
Day 7, so the first full week.
Day 7.
Full week.
We had a relatively leisurely morning, and
We're
then
at a campsite still, so.
Yeah, and then we set off towards Troyes.
Yes, Troyes.
I don't know if I don't think we're pronouncing any of these places correctly, but Troyes. Troyes. Troyes.
So I reckon Troyes.
Don't know.
But a very beautiful town.
Yeah, this is probably our favourite place that we've been to so far. It was, there's really old buildings. It was very, very quaint, and there was lots going on actually. They had loads of like nice little cafes, bars, restaurants, shops.
It helped that it was probably a Saturday as well.
Yeah.
And again, the weather today has been lovely.
Yeah.
Sort of 17, 18 degrees.
They had like a really nice canal that runs through the town, and lots of like little parks and greenery. So Luna had like a little run off the lead as well. So suited all of us very well. So yeah, that was really, really nice. And then after that, we went back to the motorhome and we sat on the picnic blanket and had
a nice lunch. Of course, French baguette.
Trying to resist the urge not to sit in a restaurant and buy beers and then just sit there all afternoon, because that's what we would normally do. But we keep forgetting we're not on holiday.
But we did fall into a supermarket and actually get some 0%.
Yeah, I got some like lemon 0% beers, which are very tasty. So
had a picnic.
That was nice.
Yep.
Had a picnic, had a little lay down 5, and then got back in the van and we drove to the campsite that we're at now. So we're on a farm. So we got here and we weren't really sure where we could like park up. So there's like a little reception area and a little bar area, and I rang the guy and he was like, "Oh, it's me on my tractor." So he was literally in his tractor, just like mowing the lawn and doing jobs. So he seems very friendly. So he's coming round soon to collect our money. I think it's about between 10 and 15 euros for the night, depending on if you want water and electric. We've got a full tank of water, so we probably won't need that because we're only here for one night.
Then we're off.
But yeah, it's very nice.
National Park tomorrow, aren't we?
Yeah, we're going to stay in another couple of Park for Nights. We found this on Park for Night as well. And there's quite a few other motorhomes here.
Turn us around, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
Cracking
Oh,
shout.
look, he's come to say hi. Hello. Hello. Yeah, and there's some behind this bush here. There's another couple of motorhomes, but there's like a whole nother like field behind us. So there's I think there's a river over there somewhere as well. So
Genius idea.
Yeah, banging idea if you've got the land. But yeah, so it's very nice, very chill, very peaceful. Perfect little setup. Yeah, can't believe we've nearly been here a week. Crazy.
Only another 31 weeks to go.
We haven't fallen out yet, which is good. I've slapped him a couple of times, but you know, he's got a bit cheeky, trying to tell me what to do all the time. We're gonna have another barbecue tonight.
A chicken pasta sort of meal instead on it.
Yeah.
Because the sun is out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.